Saints become our eye openers. Saints always promote faith-based values. My dear brothers and sisters in Christ Jesus, today we celebrate the optional memorial or the feast of Saint Maria Therese Gorati, one of the most youngest saints in the church. When she was canonized, her mother was personally present in Rome. And Maria Gorati was born to a farming family, very poor family. When she was 9 years old, she lost her father. So she and her siblings could not go to school, and they did not have even a house to live. So they had to move to another village and share the house of another person. And Maria Gorati was very pious, God-fearing child. And also, she used to stay at home and look after the work like preparing food, cleaning the house, etc. Her mother and her siblings used to go to the fields to work and earn. In the same house, there lived a young man, about 19 or 20, Alessandro. So he tried to abuse this 11-year-old girl. So she used to tell him, look at, this is a mortal sin. God will punish you. You will go to hell. These are the beautiful words of Maria Gorati. This is a mortal sin. God will punish you. You will go to hell. But this young man, tried to rape her, abuse her, and she refused. And she wanted to get away from him, run away from him, but he stabbed her 14 times. That was on the 1902, July 5th. And later, her siblings came and saw, and she was taken to the hospital. And on a day like this, she, in the hospital, told or expressed her willingness to forgive Alessandro. And she personally told that, I want to see him in heaven. He was imprisoned, and he was in the prison for almost 28 years. And he had that forgiveness, and he repented, and later he becomes a lay brother in a religious order. And he also was present for her canonization. My dear brothers and sisters, today it is a great challenge for the modern youth. Look at this 11-year-old child, how she is following the commandments of God, wanted to live a pure, holy life, and she did not entertain anything that could disturb her faith. We need to bring up our children like these, faith-based values, and we need to promote in our own families that our children have this fear, that we should not break the commandments. We need to love God. And more than that, though she was very young, she had the courage to forgive the one who killed her. So this is why we call the saints are eye openers. And we live our Christian life, sometimes we are pushed by force, we are forced to break the commandments of God. Sometimes we entertain sins in our lives. How much I value my Christian calling. Look at in today's gospel, Jesus is telling, after seeing the people like sheep without a shepherd, asking the people and his disciples, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, pray earnestly to the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest. Of course, it was told some 2000 years ago in a situation where Jesus began his ministry all alone. Then he called his disciples. First he started with Peter and Andrew, then John and James, later 12 disciples, apostles. Again he appoints another 72. But the work or the mission was such a large thing that Jesus wanted many more disciples, people to engage in mission. We reflect these words after 2000 years. Today there are so many churches, so many pastors, priests, religious, and you can't even count how many religious orders are there in the church, how many institutions are there, how many parishes, how many activities carried out. But have we reached the expectations of Jesus in this mission? Can we feel really happy about our mission? We should not forget that the mission belongs to God. This is a missionary church. And every pope, they remind us the church is a missionary by nature. But we love to have a maintenance church. We want to maintain what is there. The missionary aspect is almost lost in the church. So many charisms, so many divisions. And finally, the mission of the church, mission of Christ, suffers. And in the name of mission, we try to become more comfortable. We want to be in a comfortable zone. We don't want to reach out to the people. We do not want to share the good news with the people. People leave the church. People leave the religion. People want to join another denomination or another sect. People want to embrace another religion. If our mission is properly looked into, if we nurture the faith and the mission in the church, we will not have to face this kind of situation. The lay people blame the priests and the religious. We priests and religious blame the lay people. And we do not have a good understanding when it comes to the mission. The lay people may think, oh, it is the work of the priests and the religious. Let them preach, let them spread the good news, let them look after the church. And we will come for Mass and we will receive our sacraments and we just lead a Christian life. That mentality could be there. And priests also could think, oh, we will celebrate Mass, we will officiate the sacraments, we will administer the sacraments and like to be an administrator rather than a missionary pastor. Therefore, Jesus, what he spoke 2000 years ago, we need to reinterpret that to the present context. There are so many opportunities to preach the good news. The disciples of Jesus had to sacrifice their lives. The first Christian community in Rome had to face a lot of persecutions. And throughout the world, the disciples, wherever they went, they were killed for the sake of the gospel. Today, the church has the freedom to preach. Even in a country like this, we have the freedom to exercise our faith. But still we say, the mission is incomplete. Therefore, St. John Paul II, our Pope, says, the laity are like a sleeping giant. You should wake up. And he also challenges the priests not to forget that our primary purpose of our consecration to the priesthood is to be a missionary. So let us join our hands and work for the mission. The mission belongs to